Never Stop Learning, week 147. I'm going to take a quick look at the symbol sprayer available in Adobe Illustrator. So here I've got my artboard, and the first thing I want to do is pull up the symbols panel. Go over here to Window, scroll down to find Symbols, and when I click on it, it's going to bring up the symbol panel here. So what I want to do is show you my old workflow before I get into the symbol sprayer. So if you were watching my videos a couple weeks ago when I covered the transform each feature, you might have seen me do this. What I did was I clicked and dragged, brought in a new symbol, and I needed several instances of this symbol on my artboard. So my old workflow was, while I have this guy selected, when I hover over it and hold down the Alt or Option key, you see I get this double cursor letting me know that I can make a copy of this leaf. So I just click and drag, and that's how I'm able to make several instances appear here on my artboard. I could also select several of these leaves. Now hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag, and that will speed things up a little bit for me. But you're going to see in a little bit that this is actually a very slow way to work. Alright, so I'm going to select these all, delete them, and I'm just going to click right here in the symbols panel to deselect this symbol, because I'm going to show you a problem I ran into one time. Alright, so let's come over here to the tools panel, and I'm going to find the symbol sprayer here. It's this little spray can. So when I clicked on it, you see it brings up the spray can, and there's a circle around it. The circle around it is the size of my brush. So I could change the size using the open and close brackets like you normally would with your blob brush or with your brush in Photoshop. So once I had this guy here, I click and drag, but I get this warning here. It says please select symbol from the symbol panel first. When I first saw this, I didn't even know what symbols were, so I just clicked OK, and I kept trying to go around this warning, and it just wouldn't let me spray paint. I thought I was going to be able to just spray paint something in here. So I left this tool and I didn't play around with it for a very long time. But now I know better. So I'm going to come over here to my symbols panel, target this symbol, and I'm going to hide this guy. I'll just click and drag, and now I'm able to make several copies of that symbol on my artboard really fast. So this is a lot faster than the way I was working before. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see what's going on here. This is basically creating a symbol set. If I delete this guy, I'll show you how to work with them a bit. I'll click and drag, and it's automatically creating a symbol set here. And if I continue to paint in here, it's going to add to that set. If I come over here, I'm still part of this set. So let me undo that. I'll deselect my symbols. Now I'll just click and drag, and it's creating a new set over here. I can continue to edit this existing one. If I want to come back over here to the first one and add to it, I'm going to hold down the Command key, and that's going to give me my last selection tool. I'll click and drag to select this set. Once I release the Command key, now you see I have my symbol sprayer back. I'll click and drag, and now I'm starting to add to that symbol set. Alright, so let me get rid of these guys again. Now, some of the videos I saw on this tell you to come over here to the Tools panel, click and hold. That's going to bring up this little tear out menu. When you hover over the edge and you release, now you see it's a floating panel. Alright, you have access to all these different tools, and these tools are going to help you work with the symbols that you spray out here. So when I hover over them, it'll show you the name. This is going to shift the symbols. This will scrunch them together. This is going to change the size. This will rotate them. This will change the colors. This deals with the opacity. And this last one basically adds like a graphic style to your symbols. Now, this is cool to have them right here, but it's taking up space on my artboard, and I don't have any hotkeys to access these other ones, so I'm going to show you another way to work. I'll close this guy out while I have the symbol sprayer activated, and the keyboard shortcut for that again is Shift S. While I have it activated, just hit the Enter or Return key on your keyboard, and that's going to bring up your Symbolism Tools panel. Alright, so in here, you have different options. The first one you see is the diameter of your brush. You could enter in a specific value like 250, or you could use your up and down arrow keys to choose your different values. I'm going to leave it set to 200. I'll hit Tab. Right here, this is the intensity. So we have it set to fixed. So right here, you could enter in a different value. It maxes out at 10. So I'll just leave it at 8 because I'm actually not even going to use that. I'll click on this drop down. Now you see I have access to use pressure sensitivity with my Wacom tablet. When I hit tab, it brings me over to the symbol set density. This one also maxes out at 10. I'll leave it set to 5 for now. And when I hit tab, now I have the tools highlighted. If I hit my right arrow key, see I start cycling through the different tools. If I hit the left arrow key, it brings me back towards the symbol sprayer. Now, take a look at what's going on over in the tools panel. Every time I switch tools right here in this option panel, you see it's updated over in the tools. I'm going to leave it set to the symbol sprayer and then click OK. That's going to accept the changes. Now, I'm going to click and drag using very light pressure, and you see how it's laying out these symbols. Now I'm going to click and drag using hard pressure, and you see it's laying out more of those symbols. So now we have a lot more control over how these guys are going to be laid out. Wherever I press lightly, you see there's less, and whenever I press down hard, you see I get more of these symbols. I'll go ahead and release, and there you have it, folks. That's how you use the symbol sprayer in Adobe Illustrator.